Hey, what up, guys? Hope you guys be having some good time. All right. So today we'll be talking about micturition. They said discuss micturition. All right. So we'll be talking about the whole process. And I made a video on disorders of micturition before this one. We have the atonic bladder. We have the automatic bladder. We have the uninhibited and neurogenic bladder too. Okay, so discuss micturition now. First of all, it is a process of voiding out urine. It's a spinal reflex. Okay. When the volume of urine in the bladder is about 300 to 400 milliliter, there will be an increase in what intravesical pressure. Okay. When when the volume of the urine is in 300 to 400 milliliter, there will be increase in intravesical pressure. Now, say that the pressure with what will stretch the walls of the bladder and in turn will stimulate stretch receptors. Okay, this pressure in the bladder will stretch the walls and in turn stimulate the stretch receptors. Okay, this is a micturition reflex from the cerebellum, sending impulse through the pons, sending impulse to the sacral region, all right, sending impulse through the ureter, from the ureter to the bladder, from the bladder to the what? External urinary sphincter. Okay, now the stretch receptors generate and send what impulses via the pelvic nerves to the sacral segment of the spinal cord. Motor efferents are produced in the sacral segment and sent to the detrusor muscle and the internal sphincter via the pelvic nerves. Muscle impulse cause what? Contraction of the detrusor muscle and the relaxation of the what? The internal urethral sphincter, thereby opening for micturition to take place. Okay. This is just another image showing the micturition. Okay. This is a detrusor muscle that we are talking about, and there's a constriction of the detrusor muscle. This is the internal sphincter that we are talking about. Okay. Now there's a relaxation of the internal sphincter. All right. Micturition, just to recap, is a process of release of urine. Okay. And neural mechanism cause the micturition reflex. Okay. Now, urine enter the urethral bladder. Okay, sorry, urine enter the urethra from the bladder. Okay. Now, once urine enter the urethra, stretch receptors in the urethra are stimulated and send afferent impulses via the pelvic nerve fibers to the spinal cord. Okay. Once urine enter the urethra, stretch receptors in the urethra are stimulated and send afferent impulses via the pelvic nerve fibers to the spinal cord. Okay. This is the micturition that we are talking about, and this is just like an overview of the nervous supply to the bladder. You see the sympathetic. You see the parasympathetic around where parasympathetic that has to do with relaxation is around where the internal sphincter is. Then sympathetic that has to do with constriction, right? You could see where the detrusor muscle will be at. Okay, now we say that impulses are generated from the spinal cord and sent to inhibit pudendal nerves, so the external sphincter relaxes and micturition occurs. So such a long process. I would like you that as you are reading this, as you are reading through, going through this process, you're actually drawing, like writing the key points out, then drawing an arrow to show that okay, from this it goes to this, from this it goes to this. Okay, so watch this video like 2 times, then the third time you start that process. Okay. All right, so this is just showing the nervous supply. We speak about the nervous supply in details very soon. With these guys, we have a white screen on us, and we are done talking about micturition. All right, now see you guys in the next tutorial, and bye for now.